Right. Good afternoon, everybody. It's Patrick Coulter here, bringing you the next game. This is a game between Callum Johnson and Stuart Smith, both of whom are keen, is not perhaps the right word. They're happy to play on lawn 7, and as you can see, they've kicked off, and Callum's following up with the fourth shot. Stuart's blue is nicely in front of the hoop, which the Callum just tried to clear with the yellow, and as we can see from this angle, blue is in a very runnable position. There's quite a few games still to play, so it's all going to get frenetic. We've got best of 3 in terms of games, so you'll be familiar with the format, and let's just see how it all goes. Stuart running, and that might be, that's going to unsettle him. So we've now got Callum taking a punt at it as well, so it could be a jump, couldn't it? Do you think? Does everyone think that? We'll find out. No, not sure that was the plan, but the black has disappeared. And the yellow, I'm trying to see where the yellow ended up. It's over on the boundary, just where you can see Callum heading to in the corner there. Had our share of adventure today, including bulls disappearing into the undergrown rose bushes, which is quite nice. But hopefully not in this game. So Stuart's come back with black, but blue looks very vulnerable, doesn't it, in terms of being played away. And as predicted, or as expected, at this level, it was nicely cleared away. So we might be having a mix of commentators during this session, and we're hoping it's Jack Good for a while. Welcome, Jack. Come on in. I'm sorry, that beer isn't for you. It wasn't an incentive to get you in the room. So we've got, they've just kicked off on this game.
Like it, yeah.
And Stuart's had a go.
Stu's won the toss, has he?
Yeah, Stuart's won the toss. He did have a roll in from about 18 inches, and it bounced out.
Oh, okay, right.
So he's a bit. So there's a little bit of tentativeness coming in. So he's quite apprehensive, I think. Ooh, that's called get away with it, isn't it?
Yeah, well, that was centre right wire. I think. Right. So he did well to misread that.
Yeah. So what we're trying to do is commentate off the screen, because what we can see through the window is not quite what the people can see.
Yes, sure.
So between us, we'll get it right. Okay. So yeah. So it's the start of a longish journey, isn't it? Do you think this will go to a full 3 game? Would you expect on 4?
I don't think so. No, I'd expect Callum to win in 2.
Right. Okay.
He's been playing well. He took. Yeah, he's taken Reg to 3. Oh,
right.
Not a lot of height on that jump shot. But
it's a long way out, though, isn't it?
Yeah,
well, it's a long
yards.
way out for me as a as a player, but not for you, I suppose.
The thing is with this shot as well, any contacts on black, it's going to go through because it's so far through. As you can see here. That's nice as well. Blue's gone down to hoop 2. Or towards hoop 2.
Yeah. It's hasn't crossed halfway though.
No.
Short of the peg high or whatever is that. Oh, that's bowls, isn't it?
Jack halfway.
High. Yeah, that's what I meant. So what's the temperature like out there?
It's hot, but there is quite a breeze.
Oh, good.
Especially on some. I mean, this lawn is surrounded by hedges.
There we are. I just predicted a lost ball. There we are.
Oh, was it the yellow Callum's jump shot? It was found its way into the hedge. Yeah. How thick's that hedge? Was the car park's either side?
Well, I think it's.
Oh, there we are. Oh, it's quite thick. Yeah. So
Well,
we've
no,
got-
it's similar to that one, I think. So because that's the shot round the corner up there.
Yeah. It's very rare for a ball to go through a hedge.
Well, we've lost pink today in the far corner.
Yes.
Away over. This
Yes,
went
yes.
into the rose bushes apparently and the briars, and we've had. Well, and we've now lost players into the bushes.
Stu is quite a way in there.
It's it went in where you don't expect it to go. That's the trouble, isn't it?
Yeah,
You
it's-
guys hit it quite hard.
It's
didn't
just because of the hill.
Yeah.
The hill here. It can go up towards the spectators on the patio.
you? All the cars even.
Yes, all the cars.
I mean, I suppose it's like that in all the clubs around the country. You must notice the difference as you go around.
Yeah,
There's some are more exposed than others.
A lot of clubs have ball stops, but they
Right.
leave because they can't mow directly where the ball stops are. They leave longer grass.
And that slows it down.
No, it makes the ball jump.
Oh.
So then the ball hits the top of the
Yeah.
ball stop and it can go really high.
Oh, nice.
It's quite dangerous.
Oh, right. Right. Well, we picked a good game to commentate on. There we are. We have.
Oh, we have got four
the ball.
balls again, yeah.
Yeah. There we go.
So I'd imagine yellow's going to be offside.
It looks like it.
It does, yeah.
That's a prediction, isn't it?
Assuming, what's Callum shooting at?
Well, it hasn't run. You can
This
see.
is a brave shot.
Why
Yeah.
would- Is that?
I'm surprised
Was that the
he
plan?
No,
Do you think he was trying to knock it out?
I'm not sure,
Well,
because for me that was so likely to happen.
Yes, you wouldn't do it.
No, I'd just play halfway then.
Yeah.
I'm not really sure what he thought was going to happen there.
Right. And blue, and he's playing. Stuart said
So,
play from
yeah.
where it was, which
Yeah, so he must
rather
have been
than have
onside,
the
yeah.
advantage, or maybe not giving him the advantage of the yard to come in.
Yeah, well, no,
halfway.
yeah. He must have been onside.
Yeah. So it all. This they've got a nice dot on the lens of the thing, so don't worry. That's
That's not the
all.
black, no.
And it's behind the lens cover, so we can't get at it. So
Oh, seriously.
but we use it to test the viewers. The
Right.
viewers tell us
Yeah.
every now and then, we need to clean. And we had insects earlier. Anyway, here comes a red coming in, I think.
Oh, that's quite, yeah, in the mix would, as Callum would put it. Stop shot from here, should. Yeah, if he stops this, he's got control of the hoop.
Not 100%
Not quite, but it's
settled, is he?
well. I don't think you need to hit that hard.
Okay,
The holding on the black there is much more important than where red goes.
right. And
So-
which is the example of that holding is
Yeah.
like that shot, you mean?
Yeah. So, for me, it doesn't really matter whether blue went to the peg there, or went another 7 or 10 yards on.
Yeah, we're just about to add you to the commentary team, Jack.
Thank you, thank
yeah, well, no, it's fair enough. You've got the benefit of your insight and experience. So you're just waiting for your next game.
Yes.
So you might disappear at some point.
Yeah, I mean they've got to play a whole game.
It will-
It's been quite close so far in that match between.
So your prediction was 1-1, wasn't it, a while ago? And it is.
yeah, I thought it would go to 3 between Matteo and Alfonso.
Well, right. I saw them walk past a minute ago.
So Stu playing in short with blue there
Yeah.
isn't really strong because he's done that now. But
Yeah.
if blue was in position, this Callum would have to return this
Yeah.
17 yard clearance,
Yes.
and that'd be for the hoop. Whereas Stu's,
Out of position.
yeah, he's in a pretty weak position here. Callum just puts another one in. He's got two
He's
balls in
got-
front of the hoop. Yeah,
Yeah. That gives them decent control, doesn't it?
and this all came from not holding position on that stop shot.
Yeah. That's a good point.
Oh, that's a very good shot from Callum. Oh, Stu can run. Looks quite angled to me.
It looks like an angle to me as well.
I'd be very surprised if Oof. That's a... Well...
Well, maybe it isn't as angled as we thought. Have we got a different camera angle on that so we could just... Alright, okay.
Oh.
Yeah, maybe it wasn't as bad.
Oh, so Callum here. Any contact on black, and red's going to be onside at hoop 3. That's a great shot.
Yeah.
It really is a great shot.
So he's taken advantage of giving up the hoop, but he's...
Well, he's not giving up the hoop because Stu has to come in and clear yellow.
And there's a jump. Yeah, that's true. So there's a jump if he doesn't.
Yeah, exactly. If black does clear yellow here, yellow can just play in for me. I don't know. Maybe red's not quite perfect.
But I see what you mean. That is a good tactical move.
Yeah. So
and it's putting pressure on Stuart even more so.
Yeah.
Ooh, that makes it.
So I'm...
Now that's an angle.
Yeah,
that's a difficult angle, isn't it?
Well, you could do, because there's no risk of peeling here, because red's for the next hoop, at the next hoop. So yeah, I don't mind. I mean, I don't even know if blue is runnable.
Right.
It looks like it's on the left-hand wire of the hoop.
That was wire.
Yeah.
We do have.
I don't think
we have a thingamabob, a monocular, if you want to have a glance at it. If you want to look out the window, I mean, you can see the blue ball slightly out of our window. It does look like it's sitting
on the left-hand wire.
Yeah, it does. So that's going to pull red back now, isn't it?
After blue plays, yeah, depending. Oh, has blue played?
Yeah.
Oh, so I didn't see. Oh, it's missed.
Actually, I think he might have deemed it, because I don't recall seeing him move. I saw him look at it, but not.
No, he must have moved because it was on the left-hand wire.
He must, but he didn't call the ref.
No, you should be fine. I mean, these two are both England internationals. They'll. Have they got wide? He's got wide position. I would have played halfway for that. I think.
Is he going for a sort of promotion type sort of shot? I mean, I know that's a club question.
Yeah, no, I think that is what Stu's doing. But the problem is with a promotion. Oh, that's a great shot. That's a great shot. Really tough angle there. It has
nice height. Nice weight, wasn't it?
Yeah. It's kicked blue out though, so blue has got first shot across to hoop 3. That's a good shot as well.
Yeah, it's tricky, isn't it?
Callum has to shoot here with red because black has got an in-lawn clearance. So if he's not careful, we'll end up 20 yards away with yellow.
That was close.
I think. I'd imagine Stu's taking it. Yeah, good choice there. If he gets on the left-hand side of it, he can get across to hoop 3 as well. That's fine.
You want to be relieved, Patrick? I'm going to be
yes, you can.
not playing for at least an hour.
Yes. Are you waiting for Alfonso?
Yeah.
Right. Well, I'm being substituted. I think it's a pretty good substitution. What would you say, Jack?
Yeah.
We're welcoming Stephen Mulliner in to take over it. And maybe it's because I've got a beer beside me and he wants me to go away with the odour of beer. Thank you, Stephen. Good luck.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jack. See you later on.
Yeah, see you. So that was Callum off the south boundary with yellow, shooting at blue, missed.
Right, so Stuart has if the hoops are firm, even if they're firm, a relatively straightforward attempt to go 2-1 up. Yep. Stabs it through. Oh, that hoop distinctly needs attention. That's This is the trouble after a few hours play and people having strong goes at them. They loosen up.
Callum isn't too fond of that shot by the looks of it.
Yeah, it's a little bit long, but the important thing is it's much worse to be beyond the hoop. 4 yards short is better than 1 yard long.
And left is better than right in this case.
Well, it is, and so black has just offered itself up as a burnt offering to red. So if Callum puts a really good yellow in, he's getting a big advantage of this hoop.
Oh, that looks like it's hill. Oh, that's okay. Yeah, that's good.
I mean, yeah, he can. So now, really, blue's got to clear red, or else black's going to the first corner. And he gets it. Very necessary, but well done.
Are you still clearing black here? Or are you going to play in?
Well, I think red's going to be trying to clear black. Doesn't have much choice.
Yeah, it's not as far as I first thought.
Yep.
And if he was lucky, he would have got to hoop 5.
Yes, he got quite a bit of bounce there, which took the ball forward, but not in the best of directions. I think that becomes very clear is whenever you get on the non-playing side of a hoop, you're always vulnerable to the opponent wiring, and it's extremely difficult to do much about it. It's an attempt at yellow, so Callum has
Hoop shot for 2-all.
Yep, got the advantage here. And it's a bit angled, and 2 and a bit yards?
Yeah, something like that.
Yep.
Good shot.
He's obviously cueing it well, because that fled through the hoop without any problem at all. So now comes one of the big sort of binary places on the court when people are contesting the middle hoops. The clearances are not very long. That looks a pretty good effort from Stuart. Now, would you be clearing this or just taking position?
I would be clearing this. I've found a fair bit of success with my mid-pace clearance these past couple of days. Ooh,
Oh, that's a shocker.
Yes, that does need to be.
You must get beyond. Now, Stuart can have the luxury of just...
Ooh, that was quite close to hoop 4.
That's a bit
Even
short
that's
as
a
well.
shot, yeah. I don't know if the grass is greener in front of hoop 5, but
Yes, you do have to. I mean, this is where, before play starts, you've got a chance to check the speed of different parts of the court, make a note of which ones are.
Where's that? Is that runnable?
Is that exactly? If so,
it's probably 2 hoops, or could well be 2 hoops.
Yeah, that was unlucky.
Oh, it looks quite angled. I'm not sure.
Well, the trouble is, yes, red can get it out, but red has to go almost to the boundary if it's going.
It will be going to the boundary, but I do think. But black's not runnable.
Well, see, that's a really good ejection, but now Stuart can just lag into 2-foot position probably, and leave it all to Callum to keep clearing.
Would you have cleared first ball at hoop 5, where Callum turned down the opportunity to? Would you have cleared that?
I think I probably would, yes. I mean, I call them control clearances,
Yes.
providing you can get them right on the nose, something which Lionel Tibble was famous for, simply thumping the ball away, say 10 yards, isn't it here? And you stay close, and it's a big advantage. This is, I think...
That's quite a good idea.
Yeah. Yes, losing balls under that hedge is not clever.
They did lose one before, did you see?
No, oh really?
Oh yeah, Callum played a jump shot, who'd won, flew straight into that bush.
Did they find it?
They did, yeah, Stu, I think Stu got it.
Right, so nothing fancy here, just a sensible approach into really good running position.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yes, he should be wiring himself from anything that's coming at him.
You see, I'm clearing first ball there as well. Another gentle clearance,
Yeah.
because I think red's a bit further, but
Oh, this is, 18 yards plus.
yeah, exactly, yeah. Well, we'll see.
I mean, the traditional advice is always put a ball in and then clear. When you clear a partner, then obviously that ain't good. And so Stuart should be hoping to run this all the way up to a couple of yards of 6. Doesn't matter if you're not actually in runnable position.
Just like that.
Yep. But it's what I call the policeman ball. And it can apprehend anything that comes anywhere close. And it's your next ball which you put into running position,
Yeah.
assuming blue gets there.
So where should yellow go here?
4 yards short.
You're not going on the right hand side of the hoop here.
I think from this range it's difficult to get, and if you don't get it, A, you aren't in position, B, you can be cleared. At least if you're 4 yards short of everything, they're certainly not going to get any sort of control. I mean, the worst thing, which wasn't really an issue here, is when people give the opponent a chance to do a stop shot clearance.
Yes, like Stuart did at hoop 4.
Right.
Are you just taking... Yeah, you must just take position here,
Yeah.
I think. Yep.
Always ask the opponent questions. Right, what's yellow going to do? Now, if he's got it, if it's right in line, if red, black and the hoop all make a line, which they look as though they might do, then you can clear this.
I'm not sure why Callum's too disappointed with that shot. That
Yeah,
was
well,
pretty centre ball.
It is. And he's now got yellow in the vicinity of 6, so if he does a cut clearance on black, okay, red and black will be on the north boundary, but at least he's got the first ball back.
Stu's shooting it red.
No, you see? That looks like yellow to me. But it is hard to be sure.
I'm not sure I'd be shooting it red. I'd just be putting
It
another
is,
ball
yeah.
in. Oh, well.
Yeah, I think putting another, it's... If you make the opponent have to keep on clearing, sooner or later their accuracy tends to
Yeah.
desert them. So what's he got here?
So that looks like a ground shot to me.
Yeah. I think he was trying to run through it and just follow on through, which is pretty ambitious.
You think he was trying to play an in off there?
I think, follow through shot
Yeah.
rather than off, but yes.
Yes. I think it's still got a good position for red and yellow here.
It is, oh yes, just needs to make sure that
Yeah. Just some sort of control.
Centre-ball contact on black, and you're in charge. That's not centre-ball contact, unfortunately.
Yes. Where's that?
Well, it's 7 yards away, so it's not completely out of the picture. But now,
You wouldn't have played for it though.
no, not at all. You wanted black on the boundary and yellow within 3 yards.
So I would be shooting at this.
Yeah.
because Callum's got this in-long clearance with yellow. That's a good shot.
It is, and he's taking himself towards 7, which is always useful.
Yeah, but that would only...
Oh, but
be
it's just
useful
in the in the unlikely opportunity, likely occasion that he missed us, is not too far.
So there we are. That's
Again,
a controlled
it's,
play.
it's a bit split.
Yeah,
So
I like
blue-
the pace of that shot though.
Oh yeah, entirely. No, if it had been centre ball, it would have given Callum control. But now it's going to be Stuart first ball back. Yep, that looks reasonable. And it looks as though he might well be blocking yellow at the hoop. Hard to be sure.
Ooh, what's this going?
Ah, that's
Oh.
a handy one. Right in front. Which will allow yellow to get into the action. So what's happening here?
Stu shooting red?
Yep. Cut clearance to leave blue.
Yeah, must leave blue alone.
Oh, even better, good heavens. He even got a... It looks as if he's improved it. Yes, he has. He's obviously opened up the...
Oh, look, but black's in the
Black's
jaws.
in the
of
heavens.
Rover, that's right. Hoop 12.
Yeah, just basically might find it quite difficult. That looks pretty bad. He's more than halfway through. So it's actually worth thinking about
So Callum...
the hoop.
Yeah. I think Callum's gone from shooting at the hoop there to now clearing blue because of the position of black. Ooh!
Yeah. Yes, to give black time to get back into the action. Because it,
Oh, hey. No, that's good.
yeah.
Red. Yeah.
I had the guy's tube in my eye to drain, and he popped out last night. So I'm sitting there, and Mark yells out, "Hello, David." He's been in rough dry. I've just
I think this is another compulsory clearance. I don't think yellow can see anything of blue.
he's worse than me. I had problems seeing.
Not pleased with that. Chance for Stuart to go
Bit bubbly,
4-2
that
up.
one.
Yeah,
It did seem to be bouncing.
so just bring black back into the action.
You can't afford to give yellow a double clearance here because that's the only way it's going to get back into the hoop. Yeah, that's perfect.
Well, I'm not. Can yellow see blue?
No, but if black...
Oh yeah, no, he went up. Yeah, then they
Yes,
could bounce
yes.
off each other. Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, that's a great shot. He could see it. Well, that's a very good shot from that range, and Stuart's now very pleased he had black there as a backup. What he can do is to get tight position with blue and then cover that with... He's going to leave a double, I think.
he's also blocked his own hoop shot with black.
I think he has, so... Yeah. Just missing.
Red and yellow aren't in ideal positions for hoop 7 either.
Nope. Although, I mean, depending on what is left, I mean, I don't know whether Stu can actually cover both the hoop and the ball, moving black so that it interrupts yellow's path to either of those, and then yellow will be up on the north boundary. Okay.
So I'd imagine he's left the hoop up.
Yes, and I think Callum has realised that's the only option now. Very close.
Close to something.
Well, I think he just missed the left-hand side of the hoop as he saw it,
Mm.
the western side.
Four two.
Yeah.
Would you say Stu was an underdog for this
Yes.
game?
Yeah. I mean, he's had a bit of a struggle in certain games. He's fundamentally a very good player, but he tends to be inconsistent, and so it depends whether he's on a good day or a not so good day.
And Callum's played
Callum,
well so far.
Yeah.
He's taken Reg to game 3, which he'll
Absolutely.
be playing at some point.
yep. Well, this is going to be a late night for them, I think, because Reg is still in play, and his
Well, I think they're playing that on Saturday or tomorrow, when the playoffs are being held.
if it doesn't have any impact, yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Although it might be difficult to determine who's 1 and 2 without the result, and that does matter.
So Stu shooting it red. He must have been shooting it yellow. Bit surprised by that.
I think he was probably trying to get rid of the danger ball, but missed it completely. Well, equally, Red's so close, and that sort of thing is easy to get.
I'm
you know,
surprised
blocking
he
position.
just didn't play in though, because then you just have a in-lawn smash with black. Is this going to be a double clearance? Do you think?
No, Hooper, I just can't tell whether he's looking at the hoop. But he's got yellow anyway. Now, this is a good example of how golf croquet has this natural balance to it, that 2 hoops can go in one direction and the next 2 can easily go the other. It all comes down to whether you can hit to interrupt that. Yeah, that's on the button.
It has presented yellow with.
Oh, yellow's got a... I mean,
If red takes a very nice position, yellow can just smash blue away.
yeah.
As long as black doesn't ruin the party.
Yeah, red's just showing a bit, I think. So black at red.
Black at red, black at yellow.
I'm not sure you can see it. I beg his pardon. What a good shot. No, it'd be really good if we could have a sort of camera briefly behind the player, then you can see exactly what they can see.
Chest-mounted cameras. That's the future.
Well,
I
the
think.
one thing we have tried is cameras on cables. They had them
they've
hurling in
tried
one
that?
year. Oh yes. It's an interesting. It can be a little bit
Sharp.
off-putting to see this thing whizzing
Yeah, I would
over
imagine.
your head.
So, blue is about 4 foot off the south boundary, with Callum.
Slightly to the east of the hoop 1-2 line, so I think he'll see something. It's
sure
just
it's
a long way.
A mere speck in the distance.
No.
It's a fairly angled shot, this.
Which might make it quite difficult to get all the way down to 8. Oh no, but blast. Well, certainly, oh heavens, I missed it by nothing. The trouble is, if you go that hard, you tend to end up on the boundary, and if your opponent can take advantage, they get a wire. It's something which, when we first, those of us who had to travel to Cairo in the early 2000s. We asked our Egyptian host why they just blatted through every odd-numbered hoop. They said, well, to make sure of it. And thanks. And I wouldn't, they have taught, the Egyptians taught us, 9 points of tactics for every one that we were able to suggest to them. But one of them was this business of running hoops under control. And it's still something which some players just do not bother with. They just assume that most of the time that they'll be able to clear something from the south boundary, 10-yard clearance, big deal.
It's quite short. The black. I imagine Callum's just going to position inside.
Yep.
A fair way inside.
That's a bit short.
A bit short.
That's too much of a good thing. Yep.
Overcompensated there, I'd imagine.
Yes, I think it does feel quite slow when you come down there, as I played on this court this morning. That was overdoing it.
That's nice. That looks like it's wide from blue there. That's nice.
Yep. So black's going to have to deal with it.
I think he's going for the hoop. Oh, good shot. Great shot.
Well, 5-3. Right, 2 yards due south. That's what you're aiming for. You don't want to be closer than that in case you get this length slightly wrong. That's a bit longer than 2 yards, but still gives him a runnable hoop.
I would say that would be easier than the one he ran at hoop 7.
Yes, I think you're right.
Oh, is that?
That's a burnt offering that can be sent straight back to...
And it's blocked black at yellow.
Yep. This needs to go. Oh dear.
Not that. Oh, was too hard as well.
Yeah, that's not terribly good. I mean,
Not much of a defence there.
so stop shot clearance. Oh, he's going for the hoop. Well, this is full marks for confidence. This is not a straight on hoop.
I think it's straighter than red though, significantly. Yeah, good shot.
Well done.
That's got a bit of control. Yeah, that's a good shot. Really good shot.
Yeah. That's it. So 5-4 to Stuart. Well, that really should have been a little longer.
Was that? There's that.
It's an attempted block. It's gone a bit too far.
Callum's gluing blue here.
Yep, just simply cutting it as far as he can down towards corner 4. The breeze is sufficiently obvious that I think the players do at times feel they're slightly off balance, and so start again.
Oh, it's not coming.
Yeah, you can see he's aiming for that right-hand side as we see it. Yep.
Nailed it.
Would you come in now, or would you be...
Absolutely, I'd be. Yeah, taking position. I don't think there's any need. Well, Yeah, I'm taking position here.
Right, Callum's got a chance here. Pretty free chance, actually, as a black can't run from there to make it 5-all.
The only bad ending red can have here is offering black an enough. Oh,
Oh, yeah.
that's a good shot.
Yeah.
Quite a good ending.
Quite. No, he's obviously got the bit between his teeth now. They're both actually running really good hoops. So it's come down to the classic clearance from the boundary.
At hoop 11, yeah.
That's very good. That's the starter. Yeah, the one thing you want to avoid as yellow is covering black from your red.
That would be saving Stewart Young.
Nope.
That's good, that's it.
It shows what fine margins you have to do. If he wouldn't have been a little bit less, and he's done that, so Stewart just comes in. Can he get the block himself?
Ooh, a bit too far.
Yeah. Well,
Another good camera angle.
very good, and this is...
Actually, that's really good, because that's lined up from
Yeah.
behind hoop 10 to in front of hoop 11. Ooh, that's a good shot.
Almost had the in-off too.
I was thinking whether an in-off or a peel would be more likely there.
In-off more likely, I think.
Do you think? I think they were both as likely as each other.
Well, yeah, this is why I think he's good enough. He could probably bias his aim slightly towards the left hand edge, or left half of the ball.
Really?
Yeah, that's quite common in AC. If you don't want to give a corner cannon, if you're firing along the south boundary at a ball corner, it can make sense to aim at the left-hand side. So if you miss, you're more likely not to leave a cannon.
Yeah, I can understand that.
Yeah, I mean, here you're talking. I mean, they're both shooting really well. Callum especially. This has been a really good catch-up. He was 5-3 down and has
4-2 down, 5-3 down.
run 2 good hoops. Now, I'll bet you this is going off the south boundary.
Only other place it's going to end up is on the back of the peg.
Oh no, he's got some some friendly wire.
He's quite, because he's
Yeah,
smashed that.
he's took an awful lot of the hoop.
Bit of a fist pump there, isn't it?
Yeah, it was. I mean, he's done really well.
That's too close to yellow for me.
I think you've got to try and get into what I call the shadow of the hoop, so that if they hit you, there's a fair chance to rush you into the hoop.
Yeah, some sort of contact on the wire, yeah.
Exactly, yeah. And that's happened once or twice in this game.
Ooh.
I'll come in from the back. That doesn't help. Imagine a curve got in the way there. Stewart's a bit back to the wall at the moment.
Oh, got to hold position it, yeah.
Oh, just gone too far, I think.
Yeah, it's not runnable.
So I think this is, stop clearance on blue. If he could manage it, frankly, he'd do well to keep yellow on the playing side.
I don't think you want that though, do you? Because I don't think you'd want yellow too close to the hoop, because I think that would be stop shot material for.
No, that's absolutely fine.
Perfect, yeah.
Now, what you don't want is to lose control of it, so it goes over to say hoop 4, which takes the pressure off.
But you also don't want to give black a flick.
Well, black's got its hands full at the moment with red, because I'd be surprised if red can't creep back through.
If blue plays in jumping position here, and yellow was maybe a yard further north, it would be looking quite tasty. Ooh, that's bumbled in.
sensible.
Lots of spectators here.
Oh yes, it's,
Just on a Friday evening, still block play this.
oh, that's a pity. You really wanted a good shot, a stop shot there. Although what it has done,
Got to be this side of the hoop.
yep,
Yeah, blues. Yeah. Are you someone that tries to get an advantage at hoop 13 and willing to lose
if
hoop
it's,
12?
I certainly take the view, well, 7-5 or 7-6 makes no odds at all. However, what I'm now pretty sure about is that most people at this level are fully aware of what you're trying
Yes.
and will do their best to
Yeah.
stymie it. So it's becoming less common. I have, in the last year, I think I'd had one really good rush where I put the object ball 3 foot in front of 13 and totally, and my opponent couldn't even see it. But that's once in 1.5 seasons. So the vast majority of the time you're just taking your medicine, hoping you get lucky at 13. Oh my goodness, that was so close to.
No, it did go through.
It did go through.
Yeah, it did. It
But
went
look
through,
where
but-
look at the spin that's taken black all
Yeah,
the way.
It was in the air through the
Gee,
hoop.
I'd love
That's
to
right.
see that again. Well,
Can Callum get up there? You should be up soon. Ooh, hoop 6 is. Oh, it would be playing on my mind certainly. Oh, maybe not. Never mind. Well, he's played quite deep then. That's
if that
4
looks-
yards.
that looks- yeah, that's a good
4
shot.
yards angle. Oh, is it wide on blue? I have to admit I didn't see that coming.
No. I don't suppose it was played for, to be honest. It just happened.
Absolutely not.
Right. So, what can Stu see? If he can see yellow, he should have a go for it. It's simple. Obviously, he can't.
Very close. But there is a hill here. It should hill in. He's watching it. I think this is
It's a bit short.
It could have it could have blocked.
It could easily. I mean, you can now see that yellow hasn't got a complete gimme.
Stu obviously couldn't see anything.
So no.
So
Yes, well, a little bit like your little coup at hoop 9 against Gary Phipps, where you tried to clear him hard and almost missed him.
yes, cut him behind
You
hoop
cut him
5.
behind hoop 5, poor man. You can see his face when he realised he couldn't see anything of your ball a foot in front of 9. Well, this is it. Callum will be a really good recovery, and he should feel pretty proud of himself if he can do this.
Good shot.
Good shot.
Great shot.
Well, that's very good.
Nice to see a hoop 13 run as if it
Well,
was hoop 3.
no, it wasn't a gimme.
No.
He hit it absolutely straight. The secret of the game, which some people experience a lot and others less so, is having the club face absolutely square to the line of aim. Easy to say.
Yeah.
When it's working, it's great. You
Yeah.
feel, how on earth could I ever miss again? Then
It
suddenly
really
you find
is.
it's
When you're playing well, croquet is so simple.
yeah.
Yeah, but
But the real skill is how do you cope with times when suddenly something goes squirrely and you just cannot get that mallet face or club face to stay straight.
do you change the way you play?
Exactly, yes. I mean, I've got, I think at last count, 3 distinctly different styles, and if one was really letting me down, I'd have none. I mean, I haven't beaten him since, but I did manage to beat Blake Fields, current world champion, in the 2019 bowl, the World Championship. And I was just playing appallingly. I'd lost the first game and was 5-1 down in the second, and it was all looking very embarrassing. So I changed to a very floppy wrist hinge style, and suddenly everything began to go right. And I think I went 6-1 down, then won 6 hoops on the trot to take the second game 7-6. And then we had he did not give up remotely, and we had a very gritty third game, which I think went to the 13th. But it was, I knew perfectly well if I continued to play the way I had been, I'd have been squashed in 2 games flat. Because I just wasn't able to get the ball to go where I wanted. And then fortunately, the change made all the difference. So I think it all depends whether you do have a variety of styles.
Yes, yes.
And the younger players, on the whole, don't, because they don't need to. They've got a style that they've developed, and their hand-eye coordination is normally extremely good. And but you do see them at times when something's going wrong. They've got nothing to go back to go to. And,
I wouldn't say I've got 2 different styles. The only thing I can change is the pace I hit.
well, that is normally the tempo is the one thing which it's so easy that when I was playing you this morning, I realised that I was starting to move around a bit.
Right.
And for me anyway, it is death to hitting accurately. So luckily I spotted what I was doing and tried to and began to play a bit better. But I call it the insidious error, because it creeps up on you and you don't notice it. And really you should be asking yourself almost every single shot, am I stable? And I call it the important skill of standing still. Easy to say, at times very hard to do. Right, so...
Stu's in corner 1.
Yeah.
Or
corner.
I think our game is at Hoop 8 by the looks of it.
Right,
The
yep.
game that we're waiting for.
Indeed, because you're playing Matteo and I'm playing Alfonso. Be nice to finish before midnight.
It's a good match, that. I enjoyed that.
I mean, they were both, playing very positively.
Yes.
There's not much mucking around.
I would have suspected Callum to win 7-4
Yeah.
fairly comfortably. Well, not comfortably, but in control most of the time.
Yeah, but Stuart, in fact,
Yes.
did well. In fact, he got to 5-3 up and then got overtaken, then had that result, shall we say, at 12.
Lost camera 3.
What can we see in the background here? I believe that's Lionel Tibble and Dom Arvold.
Oh yes, yeah.
There were a lot of, just about an hour ago, there was a lot of interesting matches going on. Ian Burridge and Sam Cuthbert being one.
Right. Well, Ian had a very good win today, beating Jamie Birch, who was the top seed in this block.
Yeah, Ian won the first. Ian beat Sam 7-6 in the first game. I'm pretty sure it's now game 3.
Right.
So Sam must have won game 2 by some margin.
Looks like
shoes.
action's resuming. Stuart's putting the blue ball in the corner.
Do you do that?
No.
They're just about to kick off again.
Yeah, our match is now on hoop 9. I believe. So if
you don't know when you're going?
No, yeah. If we end up having to go,
Will you just wave at me?
yeah,
Come in.
sure.
Well, Blue's been sent on a very aggressively narrow line. I think it's probably in jawsing position, but not running.
I think that will run. I've seen Stu. Well,
Okay.
yeah.
Maybe it'll run. It won't run all that far, though.
No.
So
But,
this is not a hoop 1 and 2 winner. But it looks to me as though Callum's having a shot at it anyway.
Watch it. Oh, nearly enough.
Well,
Nearly
it would have been
enough.
at that angle. It would have been possible.
Hit the wire.
Is it the wire? No, I don't think it would have actually. But it could have been interesting.
Yes.
Is that short again? Short a bit deeper. Now, interesting choice. That's showing
So
great
inside.
confidence that he's going to be able to clear black. That's not quite as good as Stewart's first, and that does not run. Not sure it even jawses with any ease.
No.
So now red's got to clear black here, otherwise black's clearing yellow, and
Does it have to clear black? Can he not clear blue?
if he clears blue, they both vanish. I think black then stop shots, yellow retains, control. What's it looking like?
Clears black to the south boundary.
Yeah. I think that would have been always.
But what does red and yellow gain from this?
Well, I think a lot of it is about can you hit centrally or not. I mean,
Yes.
it wasn't that much difference in distance.
No, but I don't think black was an easy runner, whereas
No, but black was able to clear yellow. That was the point.
yes. Oh,
That's a good shot.
Great shot. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's one thing I must admit. I do like the fact that more and more people are looking for these combo shots. They used to be very much a sort of elite activity, but now everyone's realised that actually it's incredibly useful. And I guess that people must be practicing to see, what sort of angles you can do. Gary Phipps did a superb one against Jenny Clark and I in the doubles. Quite unexpected given the position, but he pulled it off very well.
I know Stu has played a lot of them against me, and I never expect them, and he always come out when I've got control of the hoop. Oh, has that gone to wired? Ooh, that might be wired.
That is so.
That's exactly what I did.
I
against
think
Gary
we'll
Phipps.
have to call this a good shot, with a slight emphasis on the good.
I think he can just flip.
Mind you, it's again.
Yeah,
Can
there's a bit
it run? It's pretty angled.
He's only going to improve its angle though.
So it looks here as though you can see plenty of it, but that isn't what we saw above. Oh, dear me, you could see plenty of it. Well, this is the time for courage. If you can hit the hoop at the worst, you're still. So probably this is worth a crack. And that's no.
So, just with that one shot, Callum's
Yeah.
kind of flipped the hoop on its head. Where's black? Yeah, he should be able to get wide. Oh, he's not got wide. Maybe it's to a narrower angle.
Where's blue coming from? I reckon he'll be trying to slip yellow just beyond red and wire it from blue. Ah, that's an interesting shot.
Where's this going?
Well, that's actually quite good. He's got both his balls now into defensive positions.
I think blue's a bit more than defensive. I think blue's a runner. Well,
Exactly.
At the minute, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it won't be in about 4 seconds, but
Quite right, and he's put himself on the boundary. So he's now got a potential run. Yep. This could be a long hoop. When you've got people shooting,
I
it's
don't
well,
think it will be. Well, ooh, not a fan of that. Callum can just clear
yeah,
blue.
Yep.
I think Stu had to
I think
shoot
you're
it
right.
red.
Yes, exactly. It's, Callum's 6-yard capability at the moment is pretty good. Yes, absolutely centre ball.
Yeah.
And it wouldn't be a surprise if there's some furniture in the way.
Well,
coming
there'll
back.
be something somewhere, surely. Well, Callum's looking at it. He's lining something up.
Oh, I think the peg's fortunately not in his way, but this is 30 yards a shot.
And yeah, a bit more, I think. With the diagonal. Well, he's hit this hard.
Ah,
Oh,
good
great
heavens.
shot.
Great shot.
That was harder than I think Stu normally hits his clearances.
Yeah, and it's stayed online, or
Yeah.
perhaps it.
Or maybe held in, possibly, but never complain about the hill when it works for him.
Exactly. Just pretend that you hit straight.
Yeah, absolutely. Is this hoop?
At this pace, it must be. Nope. So, showing continuation of his aggressive approach, which won him game 1, but now Stuart has the chance to get his nose in front here.
Should be running this one down as well.
Oh yeah.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah. Okay, but not super special.
No. Well, it was slightly angled, wasn't it?
I mean, a good shot. I'm not saying the
Yeah,
outcome.
no.
I mean, if it another five yards on the ball, and suddenly he's in full charge of 2, whereas from where he is, see how good's that?
That's quite good. That's very good.
Yeah. So he needs to get all the way up there and avoid stopping short and blocking black at yellow. Well, that's okay.
It's another good one. Oh, is that? Oh.
That's extremely good.
Yes, that is very good.
That is. Well, you need to get lucky, clear yellow, then hope you get left to do the jump. First part's okay, and that's not an impossible jump from there either.
No, well, especially as red isn't in the jaws.
Well, it's just short, but yeah, I agree. It's to all intents and purposes.
Do you ever get nervous about jumping through even hoops? If the ball was in the jaws.
Yes, I mean, I'm not nervous. I just simply
Yeah.
have to ask myself very carefully: is the risk worth it?
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, the great thing is if it's the next ball to play,
Yes.
it's well worth trying because
Yes.
then they're stuff for hoop 3. In this case, so which ball it is isn't important. I mean, what you never want to do is to get the jump slightly wrong and peel them. Right. Okay.
Stew for 2-0 here.
Yep. Not what he wanted.
Can he stifle black here?
Well, that's what he'd be thinking of. That's a good verb for it, stifling, yes. Impeding, certainly. I think stifling's nicer.
Yeah, I don't know where that came from. He's trying.
Just gone put through, I think. And of course, the colours matter. If you actually landed in contact with it, so you're really sort of stymieing it, then because black was the ball to play, then you really would get the advantage of you'd be turning the normal advantage on its head. Instead, black's been able to play, and so it's now yellow doing the usual thing.
So Callum's shooting from the south boundary at Stew's ball.
Well, there's a
Like
completely
3 yards.
cost-free option. If he gets it, it's great. If it doesn't, he's not in a bad position.
No, he doesn't like that.
Now, would you be blocking here?
I think I just play backwards a bit. I never really like. Well, that's good enough.
I think a huge point is if this is why you should always play the first ball, if anything, slightly long.
Yes.
Then you can bring the other ball into position and hope to get
Yeah.
to get the block. It's when it's short, then if you go for the block, you're leaving yourself in an impossible position with that second ball.
Yeah.
But not this time. Well, they call second prize. Not the most elegant of hoop strokes, but Niles is now.
Oh, Solomon jump shot from Callum.
I know that's standard grip shot, isn't it?
No, it's Solomon. That's Solomon.
Oh, what's his lower hand? Is there? It is. Wow, I haven't seen that before.
And he's. I know. Yeah.
I was asking.
Yeah. So.
I mean, the one
Callum
point-
is traditionally a standard player.
Indeed.
But he does have problems with his wrists.
Right.
As they are particularly unflexible, as he would put them.
Right. Yeah. Now.
And I do know jump shots particularly hurt his wrist.
Right. That's showing a lot of respect to Callum's shooting because normally rushing down is.
That's it's a bit wide, I think.
Yeah.
But it's a perfect length.
What I also like about this pair is that they make up their minds quickly. There's no messing around.
To be fair, there hasn't been anything particularly tactical. It's quite. Would you be going for the jaws here?
I think so.
Really?
Yeah.
That's not a bad idea.
Again, what you do, you're forcing the other guy in. You can determine what his course of action will be. And he's got enough the wire that black will certainly come out to the north.
Yes, yeah. But I think it makes it. Wow. Yeah.
I mean, red's unlikely to be anywhere in the vicinity after its dealt with. Where's he coming in?
That's a good shot.
Yeah.
That's a really almost dead straight from the western penalty spot. Stu shooting it.
Maybe he's trying to peel part.
Peel? 2 peels in back to back? Oh no.
Oh, well, not far off. Yeah, 2 peels back to back is quite unusual.
He is picking up AC, I believe.
Yes, he
Quite
played
quickly at it.
yes, so he acknowledges that croquet strokes are not yet completely automatic to him. But of course he's got all the other shots.
Mm.
That's got it out quite a long way, but I think the Spaniards may have finished their match.
Mm. I would imagine they'll want a break though, considering they've
Yeah.
been on the lawn for hours on end.
Ah. So black goes into the worse than death position directly behind the hoop. Bit too far, and that's open to black.
Yes, but there is the possibility of the rush here, back into wide position.
Indeed. Indeed, indeed.
Yeah, he's looking for it.
Again, that's a play you're seeing more and more of. Yeah, that's.
What's he going to do? Drive in the hoop?
I think he's.
Oh, slightly too far. One of the times you want a 7-yarder to stay within
Yeah,
2 foot of the hoop.
that's quite an angle he got. Or certainly the camera's showing it as quite an angle.
Tad sure, but
Now then, you leave that there or clear it?
I don't think that's worth shooting at for me. I didn't think that was necessary. It was a good shot, or good enough shot, but I would have tried to block there.
Right. Yes.
Slightly slower shot from Kellen.
If you try and control clearance by any chance. But
Shooting's come off a bit since the end of the last game, I think.
yeah.
He's going to the jaws again.
No, that's a shocker. Yeah, so he feels the same.
I didn't think he was going to hit that. Well, he didn't seem to hit that very hard.
No, he didn't. I mean, I think he was actually caught between 2 minds, and
Yes.
that's never a good thing.
No, because if that was going to run,
If going to Jaws. But
Yeah.
with Callum, where it was, he should have just been smoothing that through as near to 6 as he could.
Yeah, Callum's got wide position opposite the hoop from blue. I'm assuming it's wide.
It looks it.
Oh, looks like we've got some opponents, Stephen.
All right, good. Okay, well, cheerio, everyone. We've got to go and play.
Yes, yes. Again. Yeah. We've told Pat. So yeah. Thank you, everyone. Oh, he's a.
I'm here now. So if you want me to carry on and take over? Hello, it's Pat Coulter here. We've just been having the changing of the guard. Jack Good very kindly was filling in and providing excellent commentary while he was waiting for his next match. And they've just completed that game and that match, and they're ready to play his opponent without a break. That's quite impressive, isn't it, on a hot day? Right, let me just reset my brain, if that's allowed, and see how we're getting on here. So it's 2-all on hoop 5. Is that where we are, guys? Is that it? So I was sitting outside having a beer, I'm afraid. So I hope you didn't allow me to have that indulgence. Stuart's coming from the boundary, clearing the red, as you can see. That looks like the blue is sitting in a nice and strong position, with the yellow up on the south boundary, ready to give it a strong clearance. That's the term. Well, let's go for that. Or is he hoop? It's a hoop shot, really. Oh, right. Here we go. Predicted that. There we go. So, oh, and he's got a very fortunate bounce off the peg, which was just very nice and cleared through. Stuart didn't straight away gets down there with a nice shot. I think that's what about 8 foot short of the hoop, but it looks like a good position. Red comes in to take a line. Yeah, switches off, and then black is going to go for that yellow. A very aggressive shot. Oh, there. I don't think he meant to peg out there. Yes, and you can see why Stuart was taking that shot, because he wanted to avoid Callum doing this particular shot. Looks nice. I'll get the names right in a minute, everybody. Oh, and that was close to enough, wasn't it? I'm not 100% sure whether that was intentional or not. I somehow doubt it. Red's in a good place, as you can see from the angle here. How far out would we say that was? About 3 foot maximum. So Stuart's given it a proper attention. Wait, I think you can read the body language from Stuart. That wasn't what he intended or planned. And that's nicely run through and everything. Oh, that's the Lotus Elan that someone was talking about, the S2 version in red. Yes, it is a very nice car. No idea whose it is, but it has got a lovely bonnet line, perfectly curves in case a croquet ball lands on it, it looks like to me, to take it off and over. Very nice car in the car park. Yes, they are good, nice cars. Class act. Right, here we go. It's 4-2 to Callum at the moment, and here we go again. He's very confident on his distance shot from the boundary here. And that was so close. And so Stuart's now going to be coming in from the east boundary, laying up with a decent position, possibly with a bit of protection on black, but no, he's gone. Oh, well, he has got a bit of protection. Didn't think for a moment that was going to stop. Now Callum will be looking at that and seeing if he can send middle ball, middle ball, middle ball. So we shall see if it will go off on holiday. You never know. And that was a great shot, but He just didn't have that connection that he was hoping for. Quite a gap, but it was there to be done. And he's just having a quick look. Did you see that? He was looking at the line to see if yellow can get black, etc. What was going to happen? What was covered? Whether we were going to see Stuart go for it or roll up or not. That was the question mark. And he did, and he got past the yellow, which is a great shot, and it's still going, so that's encouraging for Stuart. And you can see yellow will be trundling down and going past it. Yes, I must go and have a look at that lotus. It does look rather nice. Thank you for pointing it out way back when. Thank you. And that's a rather nice blue, isn't it? It's sort of got everything here. Yep. And that's a nice shot there. Is this hoop, do you think, or yellow? Yep, yellow. It's a sensible shot. Sensible shot. Oh, that was... So a lot of frenetic activity going on around the lawns at the moment, and there's a lot of activity. We're seeing spectators going past with beers. Thank you. I've just been offered a beer by a spectator. Thank you, Baz. Much appreciated. Stuart's just got a beautiful hoop. Must be the talk of. He must have heard the talk of beer. Stuart prefers cider. I'm reliably informed. The players, lots of games are just starting again, getting on with it. There's an incentive, there's fish and chips for the players at 7 o'clock. We shall see. We do have ovens here, which will keep them warm, but let's see how they get on. The idea is, those of you who are looking at croquet skills, the idea is that we'll be completing all the rounds up to and including round 6. Those of you who are watching on Croquet Schools will see that some of the rounds or some of the matches are behind. So we are struggling a little bit, but the idea will do catch up tomorrow morning if we have to. Maybe a bit later tonight. We're not sure that we will be able to live stream it later tonight, but we shall see how we all feel. Has been right. So here we are. That was a nice yellow, which leaves Stuart the challenge of getting the red. I would imagine that it's his priority at the moment, which will then allow everything else to. No, he decided that yellow was the danger ball, and he's taking a risk on Callum getting the red or not. Who's those Jack's glasses? I don't know. Leave them there. We'll leave them there. They can come back. They know where they are.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we're just looking at a very nice pair of sunglasses, a nice pair of Ray-Bans sitting by the commentators. We're not sure whose it is, but they, rather than take the Ray-Bans on and walk around all the lawns, which will take a while, we'll let the owner come back and find them here. We'll hold them to ransom for more commentary, whoever they are. Right, where are we now? So it's 5-4 to Callum, as we expected. That was run, and away we go down now to And he's really confident, isn't it? Gosh, that camera didn't like that. But he's really confident with his shots, whereas Stuart is taking that sort of more measured approach. Tucking him... He's gone... Yes, so someone just said he's gone halfway to 11, which does surprise me, but he... Yes, I was a bit thrown by that tactic. I'm not quite... Well, anyway, I think I'm going to hang up my commentating duties soon if I can't work that one out. But, here we go. Ooh. Did you feel that? Did you feel the nerves? Well, what we're seeing is quite a few of the hoops are now feeling a bit loose, so there might be some work needed by our excellent hoop setters on these tomorrow morning just to get them set. Hopefully we don't have to move them and reset, because that would involve extensive measurement and shifting, etc. But anyway, here we go. The score's just corrected itself. It's 5-all. Sorry, just apart from doing my head in, I know I couldn't work out the shots a minute ago. I was keeping track of the scores. Right, here we go. That's quite a nice red, but Stuart's just going to lay up so that he's got a decent shot. His blue's well placed off to the side, so it all depends what Callum's going to do in terms of his tactic and how he's taken on. Here he comes. So he's going to be going presumably for blue. Oh, no, he's just coming in and going to go for a protection. Right, he was trying to. I think he was trying to nestle in front of the red, which would have been a good shot. So here we go. Has to be red, I think. Yes, that's nicely done. Almost to the boundary, which is, he'll be pleased with that. That's the best that he can do, I think. He's just double checking that after all that, he's still got a decent angle on the black. It's quite challenging, particularly as that yellow's in a strong jumping position. But, you know, Callum's intention is to clearly move it away. So we shall watch with interest how he gets through that. Lovely swinging action, isn't it? I think he does speed up, doesn't he? Just enough. So that Stuart will be thinking, oh my goodness, what do I need to do? Question. But I think it's better than being not miles away, if I'm honest. So it should. I suspect he'll hit this straight rather than cut it, because he wants to hold, doesn't he? That was the critical thing, was to hold the black and hold the position. This is a quick little game, isn't it? They're whistling through it, but that's not to say it's not high intensity. Yes. He was more concerned about the clearance there than getting the hoop. And that's another nice shot, isn't it? Nicely done. And the red has disappeared. It is out on the boundary, I think. Yes, here it comes. Right. right. So he's going to just put this in so that he can possibly, almost, he didn't quite do it, possibly protect blue. He obviously hasn't, but it still puts him in a strong position. Callum might be hoping to get both actually, but that'll be a fortunate shot, but he's taken the blue instead. So again, this is just reset, get yourself in the strongest position as much as you can and make it difficult for Callum. That's a nice controlled shot. Didn't quite go far enough, but we shall see where this goes. Yep, gone off into the corner. So we've got a duck joining us. It's not a comment on the game, or my comment on my commentary perhaps. I hope not. Yeah, nice shot, isn't it? So this is just a series of knock away, roll back, knock away, roll back. It's an attrition game, isn't it really? Oh, that's a bit close. Oh, that's Callum's going to say thank you very much, I think, for this. But no, he just rolls up. So he's thinking, now what's Stuart going to do? He's going to take the yellow. So that must mean that the blue is a decent angle. Experienced player, so he can just see the angles that he wants to do. And he didn't mean that. I mean, that leaves yellow with virtually a right angle, a straight shot from the boundary, square on. Didn't just obviously hit it slightly on the wrong side, which is why the direction reversed. This will be a good shot to get it there. Yeah, look at that. That was really good, wasn't it? Callum wasn't worried where the yellow ended up.
Must be nice to have confidence in your clearance.
Yeah, absolutely. I've got confidence in the technical team behind me. It's good. It does make you feel that you're on top of your game. Some people may feel my commentary isn't on top of the game, but let's try and get it so that it does what people want, gives a reasonable description. Stuart's looking just for a straightforward move across. And a hit, yes, I figured he'd be doing that. I didn't want to put the curse of the commentator on that by mentioning that, but oh, no, he's got away with that, hasn't he, Stuart? And the ball's behind, so he's got a chance of getting into a very good position where he's protected. He's going to be vulnerable to the yellow, but if it... Oh, excuse my eloquent noise, but that was needing a bit more length, a few more legs, I think.
No, he hasn't. I'll start with him to start. No, little one's the one he can't play.
And that's Oh, he wanted to move that, I think. This is not coming out very well for Stuart at the moment. Here we go. Wait for the noise on the boundary. No, hasn't got there. But so he's looking at how straight that is. So Stuart's got a dilemma here. Is it red or is it the hoop if he can get past it? It's red, and it nearly was the blue, wasn't it? Couldn't get to the yellow, obviously. That was the issue for him there. So this will be tricky now. Oh my goodness. Callum taps the lawn in frustration. He needs to be careful with that, but you know, what's it? Annoyance at himself more than anything else. That's a nice looking red. Yep, that's a good position now, and it'll be. Callum will have to work hard with this yellow to keep himself in the game here. Oh, and he touched the blue. Just touched it, just grazed it as it went through. So that was nice. Full commitment, so this should be.
But the moment she came out, the shot was different, didn't it? Yeah, that was definitely the ball. And then she said she constantly, I don't know if she could hear it.
There's lots of nice discussion going on outside our door, which is talking about hard-hitting croquet balls charging around the place. So Callum's coming now back in with the red from the east boundary. That's nicely placed, isn't it? Look at that. That's not what Stuart really wanted, but he'll. So you saw him have a good look round him to see where everything is. So here comes yellow. Yellow from the side. I know, I've shut it over. Yes, that was. I can't see that shot. Is it moving in? Is it just messing about? That's rather nice, isn't it? Now the danger is the black goes as well. And that was okay. The black didn't move, which is good. So I can't quite see where the red has got to. So red presumably will have a shot at black. Yes, it has got a shot at black. Or has it got a shot at the hoop? It's Callum who's got that confidence. So it'll be firm, whatever it is. Fully committed. That was fully committed and it went through the gap. Just bear with me, I've just got to go and get my pen. Old-fashioned fountain pen. Right, I'm back now watching this with you. Sorry, I just needed to make sure my pen didn't disappear. I do like fountain pens. Right. A little bit of stress for Stuart here. So he decided to de-stress it, which is very interesting, isn't it? That he chose not to take the jump. Exactly. So he's obviously carrying forward a little bit of anxiety. These players are really good, aren't they, at resetting, you know. Okay, got to start again. Let's focus on resetting. Let's focus on putting in good position balls. Make sure that we've got everything covered, and in this case that I haven't covered my partner ball from clearing the opposition ball. See that? Callum's taking a deep breath on this shot. That doesn't look keen. He doesn't look happy with that. You could see that from his body language there. But it's nice to see this. Yeah, lovely clearance there from Stuart, pushing it away as far as he can. In an ideal world, he'd have loved to have hidden it behind the black, or tucked it away in that far corner, but we shall see. Quite tense, isn't it? I noticed all you viewers are very quiet. I mean, we're still picking up chat on the live, whatever it's called, live chat. If you want to ask any questions, do try, or maybe save them for tomorrow, when it's even going to be more manic than today. That's a great shot, wasn't it? And you could hear, I think that was Ewan commenting on that shot, because it was an excellent shot, particularly because it leaves red in a very strong position. No, that's... I got the colleague behind me who's going yes, no, yes, no. It's very helpful, Paul. It's not an echo. It's someone who wants to do commentary for the next 2 days. No, I think I got the answer to that one. Thank you very much. Yeah. We are a team. Oh. Now, that's good and bad, isn't it? Nice to get the hoop, but oh dear, he hasn't got where he wanted to be. And I don't think Stuart's got to where he wanted to be either. No, he didn't want to be there. And he sort of knew that instantly, didn't he? Yeah, that's a nice shot, isn't it? Oh, that's quite interesting. So Stuart's placement of the yellow is quite critical here, where he's going to put it away to. He wants to make it as difficult. He also wants to hold the black, I would suggest. Yeah. No, and he's not happy with it. It didn't go as far as he wanted it to go. He wanted it to travel much more than that. Now, the question is, we saw Callum just do this a minute ago. A brave old clearance. Here we go. It's a technical term, here we go. We'll see how it goes. Wow. So that was close, wasn't it? And Stuart's just taking his time, nice measured. Focus on your technique and smooth as you like, I hope. Yes, you'll be well chuffed with that. That's yet another technical term. So we're expecting more of our members to appear over the next 2 days, particularly as we go through the knockout stages and into into the knockout stages and into the actual finals. But over the next 2 days, it will be quite exciting for everybody. We've got the space to have people arrive. We hope they'll enjoy it and see high quality croquet, which we've seen for the last 2 days. Yeah, but at the moment, Stuart is focused. One shot at a time. Yes. So then Stuart's got a real challenge here because the red is of Callum's is sitting in a very strong position, ready to run, and look where blue is. It's a long way to go. That's a big shot. And he's just concentrating on stroking it up there. That's looking very nice, but oh my goodness. I hope you're enjoying this. This has been going this game for 100 minutes. Is it? It sounds a long time. Or is it just this session going? Session, sorry. So we've had a couple of games. Oh my goodness, we were not expecting that, and I don't think Stuart was either. But to see how quick he's onto it, I don't blame him really. Good fortune you take when you can, can't you? Don't you, runner? You can feel the groans, can't you? Now the good thing for Stuart is that the blue is sitting up on the on the boundary, so it's got a straight shot. So Callum cannot leave the hoop open, whatever he does. That's what he's thinking. But he's also thinking, is it worth the risk of just nudging it forward? Because he knows they play regularly, or as teammates, or you can get in tournaments. So he knows what Stuart's capable of, and that's what we were worried about. So that gives Stuart a free shot. So we'll let the shot speak for itself. Yes, and it's through. And you could hear that from the audience outside, that's gone through. Stuart looks, I think, mighty relieved is a technical term. So that was a good result, and yes, the Lotus is still there, guys. I can see it. Anyway, good game. So we're now into a decider, and it's. We're now into a decider, so that we're just waiting to see if they're going to do a reset. There we are we live still, or are we still on? We're just going to give a quick break because they're just resetting and putting the pegs away. So we're just going to see what's happening, and we'll get back to you shortly. Have we got the croquet scores we can put up? Yeah, we just like to put the croquet scores up so that again you can use that to catch up and think about what you want to see tomorrow, and then we'll want to ask about tomorrow, and we'll do what we can. And they're just on their way, and we'll see you shortly. Thanks again for coming and listening to us. Bye bye now. Right, well, we're into the decider now, and I'm delighted to be joined by Sam Cuthbert, who brings us insight after both on the players and on the shots as well. So, Sam, welcome.
Thank you very much. And we saw Callum just come in there a bit short, so Stu likely coming in a bit deep, protecting that close boundary side.
And
Elects to shoot. Looking at red seems quite angled, so I'm not convinced that was the shot's take, but I'm really just coming in here having seen hoop 13 in game 2, so I don't know how Callum has been shooting hoops so far.
he's been pretty accurate, actually. So, although I think just towards the end, sorry.
That's a good shot there. Really.
Sam's helping the commentator work out technology. Thank you very much.
Yeah, nice clearance there by Stu.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, they both were hesitant. I mean, there was at one point that Stuart in the last game decided not to do a jump because in the previous game he'd lost by missing it. So there was a degree of hesitancy on both parts of being creeping in.
I think that is a thing you'll find with with the majority of top players. There are some that, no matter how they're playing, they're confident in their shot, but there are lots of players that need basically that string of 2 or 3 good shots to really get them started into a game.
Yeah, right.
That's a really nice centre ball clearance.
Yes, he's held his position pretty well, hasn't he?
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
Do you think this will be a quick game?
I think Callum will likely look to set the pace in this one.
Okay.
Both of these players will be looking for this win, obviously, but for Stu especially, he's had a couple of match losses. That means this really is crucial
counts.
for him in making the knockouts.
Okay.
But a miss on that clearance, and I think we'll probably be seeing just Callum bringing the ball in with Blue out of position,
Right.
unless he backs Stu to jump, which he clearly does by the looks of things.
Yeah.
That's a nice clearance.
It is a nice clearance, but it sort of gives Stuart a decent angle
Yeah,
onto the yellow coming in,
yeah.
doesn't it?
It opens
From this
up,
corner, just under that shadow there.
Yeah, it opens up the in-off angle. But again, I think it's early in a match, especially game 3. There's always the potential for nerves, and that might just be Callum willing to let Stu have a go at basically a 8 and a bit yard angled hoop.
But he could have done the same with the jump.
He could have done the same with the jump, and Stu is a very good jumper.
Right.
I believe. I think that jump was well within his wheelhouse.
Yeah. There we go. Well, it's a nice clearance, but
It's a nice clearance.
well, that's the number one objective.
Yeah.
So is he looking to hide, or no? He's looking to
He's
go completely
He's
the other
played
way.
the wrong ball. They're in a real mix-up now. Black made the clearance on yellow, and when yellow should have played in, it was red. Now they are in a.
Shouldn't someone be calling it?
Yeah, they're in a big glut of wrong balls now.
Yeah.
Yeah, and as you can see, Francis now been alerted that the wrong ball's been played.
The trouble is your brain switches off, doesn't it? No, not switches off, it goes, what?
Yeah.
It's very difficult to work your way back because you've been thinking about your shot.
Exactly. So Stu will now have the option of replace and replay or a ball swap. So if he elects replace and replay, any balls moved in that turn will go back to where they were, and the correct ball should be played. Or with a ball swap, Callum's balls, which they're electing to take, are going to swap positions, and I believe it will be blue to play.
Does that unsettle the players? Well, unsettles one of them, presumably.
Yeah, it unsettles one of them, but I think that's... Oh, that's a beautiful shot.
Yeah.
That's a
That
great
will,
shot.
that will unsettle it.
That will unsettle
Callum.
Callum. And more importantly, though,
It'll settle.
whether or not this runs, this will really be a nice confidence-boosting shot for Stu.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
And I think Stu is definitely a player that plays well when he... so much better when he's confident.
Yeah, absolutely. So what are they talking about now?
What? I'm not really sure what's happened.
Someone's talking from the side, joining in.
Is there another wrong ball been played?
What's happened?
I'm not entirely sure here, to be honest with you, Pat.
I'm not sure. Well, the referee's sure she's sitting down. So what are they doing? So what are they saying? Someone's saying it was...
Well, I think it must have been after the ball swap.
Yes.
After the ball swap, blue was the ball to play.
Yeah.
Blue was the ball that was played, sorry, and it should have been black. So,
So he's been doing replace and replay.
yeah. So because of that, due with the advantage having Callum being called on the wrong ball,
He's in difficulty now.
Look at
So
that.
that's runnable, isn't it? That looks
Yeah,
like
it
from the side.
definitely looks like Callum's lining up a hoop shot.
That'll be annoying.
And nails it. And just see Callum G's himself up a bit there as he ran that
absolutely.
one.
And Stuart will be completely DG'd or whatever is the technical term.
Yeah.
That will not help, will it?
No, that's one. That's a nerve settler for Callum. That's a really nice. He's run that firmly down, off to the boundary, up by hoop 2.
Yeah. And do you favour that sort of shot going down to the going past the
I think
hoop?
at the distance Callum was playing that hoop, it's you play it at whatever pace you feel most comfortable at running that hoop.
Yes.
So for a lot of the players in this competition, it will be a full firm swing of the mallet,
Okay.
which when you run it nicely like Callum just did, it will tend to go up to the far end.
It's quite interesting. All the live chat's gone away. We haven't had any coming in recently, so we'll just see if we can trigger some by making sure that everyone knows you're here. They're obviously listening to you, so that's good news. We've got 59 people, but we're nearly up to 3,500 views so far over the 2 days, which we're quite pleased. We don't know quite what that means in numbers, but it sounds like a good number.
Yeah, and Stu, 2 relatively poor positional shots there. First ball in,
Yes.
quite left himself quite a long hoop, and then overcorrects with the second going just past. So Callum electing to bring a ball in, and it looks like he's blocked himself on the hoop, and definitely blocked himself on blue. So I think this really is pretty much a free shot for
Yeah, I
Stu.
think so too. Looks it. Oh,
That's a really nice hoop.
yeah. A bit of spin on it
A
though.
lot of top spin, and Stu's shot. It's not as hard as some of the younger players, so the likes of you and Callum, Jack.
Yeah.
But what he does do is generate a lot of topspin on his hoop shots.
And that's through the follow through.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, Alison Murray says yes. We've got one viewer. Well done, Alison. Thank you very much for that. I like to know there's life out there, away from here. Hope you're all watching Croquet Scores to catch up on what else is happening, by the way, because there seems to be quite a bit of activity going on at the moment.
Yeah. So red comes into nice tight position, slightly past the hoop and slightly angled. But for a player of Callum's quality, I don't think he'd have any trouble or expect any trouble running that hoop. And Stu responds with the standard deep ball.
What's he looking at now?
I think he'll just be going over to have a look at what exactly the angle is on Callum's hoop. He may, if he feels it's too angled to run, he may elect just to bring another ball in.
Okay.
But I think bringing a ball in here is very, very risky. It's very defensive and relying on your opponent making the mistake rather than taking the game into your own hands, which a clearance shot would do.
Yeah. He's slightly got a double target there, hasn't he, as well? Does that matter? Would that distract him?
No, I don't think it would distract him. And clearly not a double target, just goes through the middle of the two. And I think that's sometimes the ones that you really don't like, when there's a ball and a half gap in the middle, and
yeah, you can just see it whistling through.
it seems to be sod's law that if there's a ball and a bit gap in the middle, you'll find it.
And there's Callum straight away onto it, hasn't
Yeah. Yeah, as expected, Callum makes rather angled
hard
hoop.
work out of that.
Yeah.
A bit.
Yeah, he didn't bully it through, but on an angled hoop like that, it's really important for a good technique in your swing. And you saw as it went through, it just spun that extra bit to bring it through. Oh, Stu. That's late. That's quite lazy. To flick red when coming through.
Yes. Not ideal, is it?
No, it's not ideal. But Callum's elected to go wide, backing Stu, clearly backing Stu to clear anything he puts in front. Again, Stu just slightly long on his positional shots, which at this level, especially now trailing 2-1.
Yeah, he's really got to be on point, hasn't he?
He's got to start nailing some positional shots and putting Callum under a bit of pressure.
Yeah. See, that didn't look like a fluid shot, did it? Just then when you saw it, I mean, no, it stopped but it just didn't look smooth.
Yeah.
Compared to what he normally does, I mean.
Yeah, I think some of that will be pressure. Nice clearance there.
And he got the blue as well.
Yeah,
I know he didn't intend to.
Yeah, obviously not intentional to hit the blue, but whether or not he'd hit it, I'm not sure made too much of a difference. Just makes this positional shot slightly trickier. But still, you'd expect Stu to nail the block.
Yeah, I don't think he has.
I think he's just overrun that.
Hasn't he?
And these lawns have sped up throughout the day. It's been very hot down here in Budleigh.
It has.
On the lawns, it feels it's getting really tough.
That's a nice angle, isn't it?
Yeah, you can see the swing. It's a beautiful, beautiful shot by Callum. That is a shot of a player that is confident in it.
Absolutely. No hesitancy.
No hesitancy at all. Again, Stu goes long. He's really going to need to sort this out, and quite quickly, if he's wanting to stay in this match.
Well, I suppose the good point is that black can see yellow at the moment.
Yeah,
black
can see yellow.
But that's it, isn't it?
The black was in close enough that it was always going to be a dangerous ball in terms of its ability to clear anything that Callum opted to put near to the hoop.
Right, okay. Will Callum go for the black or the hoop? That looks like a hoop shot to me. What do you say?
Personally, I'd be going for the black. And he has, and he's absolutely nailed it.
That went a fair way, didn't it? It must be down into the far corner.
Yeah, he's got solid distance on the clearance over by the boundary near hoop 2.
Wow.
But also, on top of that, he's left his own ball, I'd say about a yard behind hoop 6 and onside, importantly.
Yeah, absolutely.
So this now really is a must-hit clearance for Stu. And he's taken his own ball out.
Yeah, that's slightly summing it up at the moment, isn't it?
And that really is all the pressure off of Callum now.
Smooth swing, isn't it?
It is. It's a lovely shot. Yeah, run really nicely
Yeah.
up towards hoop 6, just off to the side as well. So,
And not full ball, was it?
yeah, for Stu to bring in a ball here now, he's going to have to come either deep or wide,
Yeah, it's going to be very tricky, isn't it?
and he elects for a slightly deeper ball. But even still, you feel that yellow's all over that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's all Callum had to do was put a ball in, because yellow really should be clearing blue.
Yeah, I can see that. Be good.
So I think Stu might be tempted by the shot here.
Looks like it, doesn't it? That looks like red.
Coming down. And misses by about...
Yeah.
That can't have been more than a couple of centimetres to the right.
Yeah. We couldn't quite see whether he could get past which side of blue to go, really, from that shot. But well,
Again,
we
Callum
now
nails
know
the
what's
clearance.
happening. Yeah. So Callum's playing this really well. That's a lovely clearance, isn't
Yeah.
it?
Pretty much
This
max
is-
distance.
Straight shot, isn't it?
It's a
at the-
straight shot. I think the question just is whether he's got a double target with the hoop and red.
Can't tell, can you? But there's a
No.
gap there, I think.
Going up.
That's looking nice. It wasn't far off it, was it?
Yeah. It wasn't far at all.
Yeah, the camera's getting its usual knocking.
Usual beating down there. But Callum now for a chance to go 5-1 up
And that's
in
it,
this
yeah.
deciding game, and that
He's not very good, is it? In terms
it's
of,
not looking good for Stu. No.
Yeah, I'm not saying.
It's-
it wasn't
it's
sounding
great.
critical. I mean,
It's
good as a.
yeah. It's great for Callum.
Yeah, great for Callum.
You just feel Callum's clearances have just given him the edge in this match, and he's taken it. Lots of the opportunities that players have for 2 hoops, so 1 to 2, 3 down to 4, and 5 down
Yeah.
to 6. Callum has taken the opportunities to make the most of those
Right.
2 hoops.
Yes, he's got a confident walking presence at the moment,
Yeah,
hasn't he?
Callum's had some
Everything.
really nice shots, and I think his confidence is going to be really up, whereas Stu, he's cleared his own ball.
And everything counts, and that doesn't
Yeah.
help either, does it?
Yeah, it sometimes does feel like that as a player, that just everything is going against you.
That might be.
Tries to lay in a block. It's
Well, we'll see where Callum is relative to that.
no, just slightly over. Again,
So
can't be much than a ball. Can't be much than a ball over, but Callum definitely has a clear shot of red onto black. Yeah.
Oh, and nearly
Nails
through.
it.
If that had gone through, that would have really upset Stu.
that would have been well for
Yeah.
Callum, the icing on the cake, really.
Yeah, but I meant the other way round.
Yeah,
It would have
for
been
Stu,
a
that-
real downer, wasn't
Yeah,
it?
that's yeah, that's when you're feeling like everything on the lawn is going against you.
Yeah.
But
And sometimes it does.
yeah, sometimes it does, and I think that kind of sums up this game so far. Stu has
Not got going.
not really got going. He's just about hanging in there at the moment.
But I haven't seen him threaten, really.
No, he hasn't threatened at all, really. His positional play, hoops 4 and 5, where he had a real chance to turn the corner, just let him down. Again, that clearance, one that at this level you'd really be looking to centre ball it.
Yes, I think that.
Or at the very least hit it on the other side so that you control that
So
short
you
boundary
would, yeah,
by
that's
7.
it.
Callum now.
Oh, that's a bit
puts
short,
the
isn't
ball
it?
in.
Or is
And
that
that's
deliberate?
short. No, that's
definitely
that's
short.
short. That's a real chance for Callum, having second approach to hoop 7, a chance to take back control of this hoop.
For Stuart.
No, for
No, for
Callum
Callum.
to
Oh.
take back control
By
with-
having it there.
by having it in front with no other balls in
Yeah,
front.
yeah.
But instead now, Callum's got a 7-yard clearance that he's skimmed, but on the right side, so he's going to end up just on the north boundary.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's a nice deep ball in there for Stu. It's far enough back that it's not a simple stop shot for Callum, but still definitely a clearance he's going to take.
You weren't expecting that, were you?
Not expected, but I think Callum's done the right thing there of looking to cut it,
Yeah.
looking to cut blue back into the middle of the lawn. And that is the risk with those shots when you try and cut them too fine.
Yeah.
It's happened to me countless times that you go too fine
Yeah,
and just end up missing the
absolutely.
ball altogether. But Callum still has a boundary shot here, and it looks like he's lining up the hoop. Great angle here. Ooh. And just a couple of now, quite lax shots from Callum. He's had 2 clearances just skim the edge of the ball that he was aiming
Yeah.
for, and now a hoop that's hit the outside of the wire. And
Would you have gone for the hoop or the black?
I think at 5, that's a nice hoop for Stu, and run solidly down. I think at 5-1 up, with both of Stu's balls in front of the hoop, I would be taking that on.
Okay.
On the grounds, you've got to nail a lot of centre ball clearances before you get another chance at
Yeah,
that
that's
hoop,
true.
basically.
Yeah, that's very true. But that was a nice one shot by Stuart because it hasn't
It's
quite travelled, but
it's travelled
enough.
far enough down that it's
Yeah.
in control of hoop 8.
Yeah. That's coming in pretty straight, isn't it?
It's coming in pretty straight, but I think that's too close to blue. That to me is just going to be cleared.
Mm-hmm.
And if Stu can get a good ball in with black here, he may have been slightly hampered by the hoop, which is why he's coming wide. But
That's
even
not
still,
ideal.
it's very short, and Stu just not finding that right weight on this
The
lawn.
rhythm, yeah. And it's not, well, he's been playing on it a lot. He's almost got into his mind he doesn't like playing on it.
Yeah. Which can be a thing, but I think that's one of the key things with, I think with all sports, you
Yeah.
need to be in a positive mindset
True.
to play well. And I think you can just tell by the way that Stu's holding himself on the lawn that he's a bit down at the moment and needs some things to start going his way, I think, before he steps up to the level that we
Yeah.
know that he can play at.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, Stu obviously made the final of the Opens last year, losing to Jamie Birch.
Well, yes, so it was a good game, wasn't it?
And has been a part of the England squad this year. He played in the England versus Spain Test match,
Yeah.
and will be a part of the upcoming GC Home Internationals in the middle of July.
And you are too?
I am this year.
Yeah, there we are. I thought you fed me a line there. I thought you were waiting for me to pick it up, weren't you, Sam?
Callum nails that clearance. That is really the shot of a confident player. Not only not letting Stu have his 5-6 yard hoop, he's cleared it to the point that he's going to have a difficult-ish clearance.
Nicely
That
done.
nails that.
Yeah.
That is a shot that Stu really needed.
He's put his hand up, but
Yeah.
he's not really. He doesn't mean it.
No, I mean,
That was the sort
The main
of.
intent-
I'm really sorry, not.
yeah, the main intention of that shot obviously is the sensible clearance on yellow,
Yeah.
and for Stu it's a
Well, he's
nice
still
one to
vulnerable though, isn't he?
get the extra. But yeah, this ball can be cleared by Callum, and he is more than capable of doing it. That's a brilliant shot.
It's nice to see his the fellow players outside joining in and applauding that as well.
Yeah. Beautiful day down here in Budleigh, and nice small crowd forming outside of mix of players who have finished their matches for the day,
Yeah.
as well as a few local club members.
Yeah, it's quite nice to have it. We're going through this game quite quickly, aren't we? Look at it. Well, Andrew, we didn't notice that Callum taking a bit of relief. There must have been a hole. We didn't see that.
Yeah, along the boundaries here, there is a lot of places where players need to take relief.
He would have asked Stuart,
Yeah,
wouldn't he?
yeah, or there'll have been an agreement at the beginning of the game, at the beginning of the match. Sorry, just to take relief as and when needed.
Yeah, yeah. Oh,
And
that's,
I'm not sure whether that was the right shot. It's the aggressive option, which at 5-2 down you need to start taking. But I think there was real benefits there in the clearance on red. There's Callum now with a 7-yarder to take control of hoop 8, and he does
he's
nail it.
comfortably on these.
Yeah.
Every shot he can see, it's a really big ball he's aiming
Yeah.
at, isn't it?
Yeah, and it does feel like that when you're on form. The ball seems to be about two times bigger than it actually is.
Yeah, yeah.
And for Stu at the moment, he's probably seeing golf balls on the lawn.
Yeah. Like,
Big clearance now here for Stu. Yellow is now vastly out of position, so if he can nail this clearance, he is right back in this hoop.
nothing in that, was there?
Not much in that one at all. Unfortunately for Stu, leaves Callum a relatively simple hoop. And I don't think for Callum that one was ever in any doubt.
I don't think so. That was always going to hit the back boundary, wasn't it?
Yeah. This is now looking like a mountain to climb for Stu,
Yes.
and he's got to nail this positional shot.
So where's it gone?
That looks like it's gone long. Yeah,
Yes, it is.
yeah. He's got.
He needed to be square
Yeah,
on, did
he
he?
needed.
Close
If
in,
he was
square
going
on?
to be, if he was going to be long, he had to be a lot deeper, basically. And with Callum where he is, it's a nice one that he can shoot at, knowing he's only going to be on the south boundary, and nails it again.
Oh, particularly coming from that angle, yes.
Yeah, coming from that angle, it's a nice one to be taking, knowing that wherever even if you miss the clearance,
You're
you're
not
going to
far
end
off.
up in a hoop running position, and that's a much nicer positional shot from Stu.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah. The issue is that Callum is off on that south boundary,
Yeah.
in a position to clear
And or run the hoop.
and or run the hoop. And the way Callum has been shooting so far in this
So-
game, you'd expect him to probably nail whichever option he does choose to take.
Yeah. So would he bot with the red? Do you think he would will take it on? Looks like it. He's taking
Yeah.
quite a firm swing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nails it again. And that is that's the shot of a confident player. If you're not feeling like you're on, you might elect to put a ball in basically and hope that your opposition doesn't block the shot basically. But when you're on, 15-yarders can feel a lot shorter than they actually are.
Oh, have we got a view on that? That yellow can get past that, can't it? Do you think?
Yeah, the way Callum's lining this up, I think there's definitely an angle for him in here.
On the other day, he was doing that all the time.
Yeah.
When it wasn't going for him, he was hitting them square on, and he was getting that distance of bounce.
Oh, Stu. And that's just hilled away, and that really is criminal. Not only has he ended up out of position, he's out of position behind the hoop.
Yeah.
And relatively close to the hoop, so there is going to be a huge area of lawn that Callum can aim to put red into where blue won't have a shot on it.
Or will he aim to get rid of black?
With black not in hoop running position, I don't think there's any need for him to do that.
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah. Elect position. Stu just checking whether blue has a shot at red. Again, just not hitting middle to middle
No, he
contact
skimmed
here.
off a bit, didn't he?
Yeah. Callum looking like he's lining up a hoop, and it's a shot I'd be taking, and when Callum is in the form that he's in, I think it's one that you back him to make.
Yes, there you go. And Andrew Hobbs saying he's hitting everything. Absolutely.
Yeah. So Callum takes that one
Quite comfortably,
7-6,
really.
6-7, 7-2.
Thank you very much. And thank you, Sam, for popping in and joining us. And I
Absolute
hope
pleasure.
your games go well and that you feel nice and calm and measured and
Yeah.
looking forward to your next game.
Yeah, it's a new day tomorrow, and I think there's still potential, I think, for quite a few players who are in contention tomorrow
Yeah.
to seal their place in the knockouts.
Yeah, absolutely. And I appreciate your time today. Might see you in the commentary booth again. Best
Yes.
of luck.
Thank you.
Thank you, Sam. Right, thank you very much, everybody. We're just going to wind down. This is going to be the close of live stream for the day. The players are finishing their games and or having their fish and chip supper, well earned, at 7 o'clock, I believe. They are looking forward to the break. What?
9 o'clock.
Yes, and tomorrow we're coming on live at 9 a.m. tomorrow, and it'll be the picking up of the odds and sods of the games that haven't been completed in the blocks, in the rounds rather. There may be some that are played tonight a bit later on if there's people are feeling inclined to do so, in which case keep track on Croquet scores. Otherwise, we'll see you tomorrow. We look forward to you joining us, and we hope you've enjoyed it as much as we have. Thank you very much indeed, and thanks to the team behind me. Well done.